Hi everyone, welcome back. Today we are going to do a very general session, one that has all the familiar exercises in, just pulled together in hopefully an enjoyable general session for all the body workout. We will begin with a seated position on your mat, legs nicely out to the side. Straight legs if you can manage it. If you need to bend them slightly in that position, that's fine. The important thing, remember, is that straight back. So nice and high on your sit bones, but the back nice and straight, imagining your piece of string lengthening you towards the ceiling throughout the torso. So with those legs out to the side, we'll begin with a side twist. Floating your arms out to shoulder height. Don't let the shoulders come up, they stay down. Arms come out just below shoulder height. And engaging core muscles on your next out breath. Take a twist to one side, come back through the center and twist to the other. So you can go, breathe out as you twist, in as you come back to the other side. Lovely, sit tall. Just imagining you're lengthening through the spine each time you twist, almost like a corkscrew pulling a cork out of a bottle. Lengthen and twist. Lovely, couple more. Then this time we'll take it to one side, take the fingertips of the hand that's forward towards the leg on the opposite side, reaching out through those fingertips as you bring your body weight down over that leg. Bring it back up to sitting. And again, the other side. Twist and reach. Come back up. Twist and reach. Come up. Twist and reach. Once more to each side, twist, reach, twist, and reach. Super. Relax your arms down, bring your legs together in front of you for a quick hamstring stretch. So again, nice straight back, up on your sit bones. Imagine your beach ball on your lap. You're going to lift up and over that beach ball, bringing your arms down towards your toes. Lower your body weight as far as you can, but really round that back. Get that lovely round back. Get that stretch right down into the lower back. Hold it for a few seconds. Slide yourself back up to sitting tall, and another big reach over. Lower your body weight down. Round the back. And back up to sitting. Excellent. Take one knee, bend it, pop the foot on the opposite side of the other leg. Use the opposite arm to pull that knee into your chest, and then turning into the arm, take your into the leg, take your spare hand behind you and turn to look towards that back arm. Come back through to the front. Let's do that on the other side. So bend the other leg, pop it on the opposite side of the straight leg, pull it into your chest with the opposite arm, and then turn into the leg, taking your spare arm behind you, twisting as far right as you can. Keep pulling that knee into your chest. Sit tall as you go. Super. Excellent, well done. Swivel yourself around onto the mat proper, and we're going to lower ourselves down into a regular setup position. So lower yourself nice and slowly onto the mat. Once you're there, make sure your feet and knees are hip distance apart, your feet lightly positioned on the mat. Wiggle your pelvis around to find that nice neutral spine. Relax your arms down by your sides. You're looking straight at the ceiling, and you've got the natural curve of your spine, so the small of the back slightly lifted off the mat. And from here, we are just going to start with a pelvic tilt. Engaging core muscles. On your next out breath, just pull your pubic bone towards you so that you push the small of the back into the mat. You can feel the lower back pushing into the mat. And then as you breathe in, let it tilt back into neutral. On your out breath, push the small of the back into the mat. Breathe in as you come back to neutral. Couple more of those. No pressure through the feet. It's the core muscles pulling the pelvis towards you. And relaxing them a little allows it back into neutral. Right, this time we pull those muscles in. As you do, then carry on up the spine slowly, bone by bone, coming into your shoulder bridge position. So you start with your pelvic tilt and then just carry on up the spine until you get your hips in a nice straight line between your knees and your shoulders. You're working into your buttocks at this point. Once you get to the top, take a nice deep breath in at the top, and on your out breath, start at the top of the spine this time, slowly lowering bone by bone down through the spine. You can relax your buttocks as you get towards the bottom of the shoulder bridge and roll back into neutral once you've gone through the small of the back. Deep breath in at the bottom. On your out breath, core engages, tilt the pelvis, push the small of the back into the mat, and slowly peel and curl bone by bone off the mat. Come into your ski slope position. Nice straight line. Buttocks are working at this point. Don't let your head drop back. Keep that head alignment the same the whole time. Big deep breath in at the top and slowly lower bone by bone down through the spine. Remember, you can do this as slowly as you want. If you need to take another breath on the way up or down, just stop, take a deep in breath, and then carry on up or down through the spine on your out breath. One more time. Lovely. When you finished your last one, check your setup. Make sure everything's nice and neutral. Core engaged. We'll just take it into a straightforward opposite arm, opposite leg extension. So sliding one leg away, you lift the opposite arm off the mat. You extend that arm over towards the floor above your head, but we're keeping neutral throughout. If you pushed your rib cage to the ceiling to get that arm onto the floor, just don't take the arm so far. Okay? Go as far as you can in neutral spine. Slide those limbs back in. And on your next out breath, slide the other arm, other leg slowly away. Breathe in as the limbs return. All the time focusing on your neutral spine position and keeping the arms and legs relaxed. Now, if you're comfortable with this and want to take it a little further, you can start by just lifting the leg a little higher as you extend it. Same arm movement. And if you're still comfortable with that and like to go a little further still, you can float one leg and then the other into the tabletop position. Again, maintaining that neutral spine, and do your opposite arm, opposite leg extensions from there. Again, breathing out as you extend. In as you return. Core engaged, neutral spine throughout. You want only two limbs moving at the same time. So opposite limbs moving, they come back to the start before you send the other set of limbs away. Okay, so that will really help slow you down. If you find you're coming out of neutral as you get tired, go to a lower level, that's fine. Better to work at a lower level with good form than to carry on at a higher level if you start to lose form. Once you're happy, you've done an equal number to each set of limbs. You're going to come back to your setup position. And we'll take it into a little bit of a stretch, but you have an option of doing that at the lower level or the higher level. The lower level will be to keep your upper body on the mat. You'll slide one leg out straight as you bring the other knee into your chest, okay? At the higher level, we'll float the legs into tabletop and we'll lift the upper body off the mat. And again, extend one leg away, quite low, not all the way to the mat, but fairly low, pulling the other knee into your chest, lifting yourself off the mat with the upper body, and then change to the other leg. Just keep that upper body lifted. If you get tired, you can pop that back on the floor, still do the stretch with the legs. And just alternate it a few times, extending one leg away, pulling the other one into your chest. Couple more. Lovely. When you finish those evenly, bring the feet back to the floor, back into your setup. Lovely. This time we're going to do some circles with the legs. So one leg will slide out down the mat, nice and relaxed. The other leg will float into the tabletop position. If you find that extended leg means that you lose your neutral spine position through the pelvis and the lower back, you can always bend that in slightly just so that you've got a little bit more stability through the pelvis. But hopefully you should be able to keep a neutral spine position with one leg extended and the other in the tabletop. From here, we are slowly going to extend that leg towards the ceiling as far as you can manage, again, with that neutral spine. If at any point you feel you're pushing the small leg back into the mat in order to get the leg straight, ease off a little with the straight leg and work with a slightly bent leg, okay? So go as far as you can, still in neutral spine. And once you're ready, we'll start to draw circles on the ceiling. Start with a relatively small circle. And I want you to think about your pelvic alignment, making sure that pelvis stays nice and still as you draw the circle. Now you can slowly start to increase the circle, but don't start to wobble through the pelvis. As soon as you feel yourself starting to wobble any at all through the pelvis, A, make sure that your core's nice and tightly engaged, but B, ease off with the size of the circle so that you know you can maintain a nice still pelvis. Just give me a couple more in this direction. And then we'll take it in the other direction. Same size, obviously, again, if you find, oh, I'm going in the opposite direction, but I'm getting movement now through the pelvis, just make the circle a little smaller, that's fine. It's a relatively relaxed leg, you don't have to point out through the foot or flex the foot, you can just do it in a nice relaxed leg. But again, focusing on that nice still pelvis, core engaged. And again, a couple more in this direction. And at that point, you can bend that leg, float it back to the floor, bend the other leg back in. Make sure everything's nice and neutral before you slide what was your working leg out straight, this time down the mat. Throw the second leg into the tabletop position. And again, slowly start to extend that towards the ceiling, knowing that you're maintaining a nice and neutral spine position. When you're ready, start to draw your circles with this leg. Again, it may be different to the first leg, so don't feel you have to do the same size circles with the first leg. Core engaged, making sure that pelvis stays still. Slowly increase until you know you can't go any further without moving through the pelvis. Couple more in this direction. And then you can reverse, go the other way. Check that you're not moving through the pelvis, reduce the circle if you need to. They don't need to be quick, relatively slow, and it's a relatively relaxed leg that you're working. Core engaged. One or two more on this leg. You can then bend that leg, lower it back to the floor, bend the other leg in, and then pull both knees into your chest for a back stretch. Have a little rock around on your back. If you'd like a little bit of a hip opener, just circle your knees around. Keep your feet together, but circle your knees this time into nice big circles, opening through those hips a little. And then you can go the other way. And just float one leg and then the other down to the floor. Well done. From here, we're going on to our side for the first of our side moves. And today, the first of our side moves, we'll start with the bottom arm out in front of us. Your legs will be stacked one on top of the other, nicely stacked, hips, knees, ankles, all nicely stacked. But we're going to then take the legs a little bit further towards the front of the mat. So we're in that banana shape that we sometimes refer to. Okay. Top arm goes over towards the floor above your head. And when you're ready, you're going to use this bottom arm, this front arm, to push yourself up. Top arm, top leg comes up as you push up onto the elbow of that front arm. Okay? Bring your arm and legs to touch at the top above you if you can. And then take the straight arm, straight leg down, slowly with control as you lower yourself back onto the floor. So you may have to reposition that arm once you know where you're going with it. So again, push down through that bottom arm, lifting the top arm, top leg, bring them together above you, and then lower yourself down back onto the mat. And go again when you're ready. Push up and down. So we're working through our bicep of that lower arm, as well as through the leg, the hip, to get that leg up. So give me a few more of these. Breathing out as we lift. In as we lower, core engaged. Out as you lift. In as you lower. Just two more of these. Excellent. At this point, you can then bend your knees, keep them stacked nicely one on top of the other. So your feet are towards the back of the mat, your knees towards the front. The bottom arm will wrap around your center, getting it out of the way. And the top arm will position the hands just in front of your bottom shoulder. Okay, so keeping the lower limbs on the mat if you can. They may want to come off slightly, but try and keep them pushed down onto the mat. Use your core and that front arm to get your upper body off the mat. So pushing down through your front hand, lift your upper body off the mat entirely. Straighten that front arm. Okay, nothing on the mat from my hips upwards. Lower yourself slowly back down onto the mat. This is where you need to really go slowly to get the workout through the back of that arm there. Okay, you're working through your tricep. Again, when you're ready, push down on that front arm. Keep the legs on the floor. Clear the upper body off the mat with straight front arm. And then slowly lower yourself back onto the mat. Slow as you can. Getting that back of that tricep to really work. A few more of these. Push up. And slowly down. The slower the better on the way down. And again. core engaged. Last two, push up. If you get tired, take a break. Final one. Excellent, well done. Finish that last one off. Keep your knees bent. This time you can pop your bottom arm above your head, so you're leaning on it with your head. Top arm just relax down, let the body, you can even pop it on your hip if you want, just to make sure your hips stay nice and still. So we'll go into a clown with an upper leg extension. So when you're ready, feet come into the air. You'll open your knee, top knee, squeeze your thighs back together, and then slide the top leg up and behind you so they get that stretch into your hip flexor at the top of your straight leg. Lower that back down and go again. Open, squeeze. Really feel the pelvic floor working as you squeeze the knees together, and then slide up and behind. Get your glute really working and that stretch through the hip flexor. A few more of those. Open, squeeze, up and behind, and down. Open, squeeze, up and behind. Last two. Open, squeeze, up and behind. And your last one. Open, squeeze, up and behind, and down. Lovely. Float your feet to the floor, and we'll go straight onto the other side, starting with that banana setup as we did on the first side. So when you're ready, bottom arm out in front, in line with your shoulder, palm facing down because we're going to push up through that. Legs nicely stacked, one on top of the other, and then bring them slightly forward towards the front of your mat. Okay, top arm is going to go down towards the floor above your head, and engaging core muscles on your next out breath, you'll lift your top arm, top leg, push yourself up onto that front elbow, and just bring the arm and leg together at the top if you can, and lower yourself slowly back down. Lovely. Keep going with a few more of these. Pushing up through that front arm, clearing a big gap underneath you. And back down. Excellent. Finish the one you're doing, do a couple more. You try and control the move. When you've finished your last one, we'll reset ourselves, bending our knees, bringing the bottom arm, wrapping it around us, around your middle, just to get it out of the way really. Positioning your top arm, with the hand of your top arm, just in front of your bottom shoulder, okay? And again, core engaged. When you're ready, keep your legs as still as you can as you push up through that front arm, straightening it, clearing the upper body off the mat entirely, and then slowly lower yourself back down onto the mat. When you're ready, go again, push up, and slowly down. And up. Slowly down. Up. Slowly down. Lovely. Let's just do a couple more of these. Take a break if you need it. Remember, not both arms will be the same strength, so you might find it harder on one side than the other. But work as far, as hard as you can on each side. Excellent. When you've finished your last one, you can take the bottom arm underneath your head this time. Top arm can go down the length of the body or hand on your hip. Knees stay bent, feet come into the air, and we'll open the knee, top knee, squeeze the thighs together as you feel that pelvic floor come up, and then take the top leg and slide it up and behind, getting that stretch into the hip flexor, working into your glute. Slide it back down, open, squeeze, up and behind, and down, open, squeeze, up and behind. Just a few more of these. Keep the top hip still as you can. Couple more if you can manage it. Take a break if you need. Lovely. When you finish your last one, lower your feet back to the floor. We'll roll straight onto our front. We're going into a swan dive setup position. So get yourself in a nice long body position. Arms come straight out from your shoulders, forearms at right angle to your upper arms. So you've got a nice framing of the head going on. We'll relax our lower limbs by pointing your toes towards each other, dropping your heels out, and make a conscious effort to switch off your legs and your buttocks this time, okay? They've just had a good workout, so hopefully they can relax now. Hovering your nose above the mat, we will engage core muscles, so pull your tummy muscles off the mat, lengthen a little through the neck. So imagine that marble under your nose as you roll it slightly towards the top of your mat. Don't change your head position, however, and then float the back of your head towards the ceiling, bringing your shoulders onto your chest off the mat, lengthening through the top of the head, diagonally away. No pressure going through the arms. Breathe in as you lower back to the mat. So core engaged, you're lengthening a little through the neck, but keeping the tuck to the chin. You don't lift the chin as you come up. It's the back of the head that goes to the ceiling. Breathe out as you lift. In as you lower. So you can keep your arms on the floor, no pressure going through them. If you want to test quite how much pressure you're putting through your arms, bring yourself up and then just give them a little hover. And you'll see how much harder it may be to keep that raised position without your arms on the mat. It's not an arm lift, because then you'll fire up all your arm muscles. You literally just want to hover them off the mat so you can still almost feel the floor beneath your fingertips. Lower. Go again when you're ready. Just give me a couple more of these. Push your shoulder blades down your back each time you lift. So we're going for mobility in the upper back. It's a pivot, if you like, from sort of sternum area, okay? It's lifting, lengthening out the top of the head. You can remove the arms a little if you wish, but don't feel you have to. Core engaged throughout. Really pull those tummy muscles in. That will help prevent your legs from trying to fire up and do a stabilizing act for you. Last two. When you finish your last one, you can just pop one hand on top of the other, rest your forehead on your hands, relax your shoulders this time. We'll work through the legs so you can relax the upper body. And taking the legs slightly wider than you might normally have them, so slightly wider than hip width apart. Upper body relaxed, core again engaged, so pull your tummy muscles off the mat and just float one leg off the mat, nice and relaxed, not too high, lengthen away through the leg as you lift it. It's as if somebody's grabbed your ankle and is pulling that ankle away from you. Lower it back down. Without any instability through the pelvis, lift the other leg and lengthen. So you're not rocking from one hip bone to the other. You're just slowly lifting on an out breath. Slowly lowering on the in. Lift, lengthen, and lower. So that's your basic single leg lift. Just keep going with that. If you're happy with that, make sure that your pelvis is still and stable, and you're breathing out as you lift, in as you lower. If you want to make it a little harder, you can do it as a double leg lift. So again, core nice and tightly engaged, upper body relaxed. Lift both legs, lengthen through both legs, and lower. Make sure your pubic bone really gets pushed into the mat as you lift. And your final version, if you wish to try it, is to bring those feet together at the top of the lift. So it's a double leg lift. Bring the feet together, take them wide again before you lower. Breathe out as you lift. Bring the feet together at the top, take them wide and lower. You really feel your buttocks kicking in even more for that one. Give me 2 or 3 more of those, whichever version you're doing. If you're doing a single, do it evenly to each leg. When you've finished your last one, come up into a cat stretch. Up on your hands and knees, arch your back, tuck your tailbone under, drop your head down, relax your shoulders. You really get that stretch right down the length of the spine, but from shoulder to shoulder. Lovely stretch. Let's just take that into a quick opposite arm, opposite leg extension. So in your all fours position, get to neutral spine. Keep your head in alignment with your spine, so you're looking at the mat straight in front of you. As you slide opposite arm, opposite leg away, you lift and lengthen through the limbs. Don't lift too high, just as high as your shoulder and your hip. Lower and slide under. Take the other arm, other leg, lift, take them away, lift and lengthen. You don't even have to lift them off the mat if you don't like to. You can just keep them on the mat. But if you feel you've got stability through the torso, lift and lengthen before you slide them back in. So that's your opposite arm, opposite leg extension. Keep your back nice and neutral. And if you don't feel that's challenging enough and you want a little bit more of a challenge, let's do it without the feet on the floor. So just on your knees. It's a lot harder to stabilize yourself, especially when you lift those limbs. Lovely. Just give me 2 or 3 more, however many you need to do to even it out between your limbs. When you finish your last one, walk a little bit towards the bottom of your mat, sit back on your heels in a child pose. Lovely. So let's just finish off with a little sequence that we know well. From your child pose position, you'll slide your arms along the mat and come into a back extension. So elbows directly below shoulders, forearms straight out in front of you. Lift yourself up out of those shoulders by pushing down through your elbows. Take your head in alignment with your spine. So you're not looking straight at the mat between your elbows. You're looking further along the floor in front of you, but you're not equally looking any higher than that, and shortening the back of the neck. So keep a nice length through the back of the neck as you get that lovely back extension. Pelvis stays on the floor. Hold that position. Excellent. Bring your hands where your elbows were. Curl your toes under. I'm going to push ourselves up into a full plank position. Okay, relax your shoulders. Keep your head in alignment with your spine. Core engaged. Bottom not too high, not too low. Hold that position. Work through the core. Push your bottom to the ceiling and come into your dog down, your upside down V. As you push your heels towards the floor, stick your tailbone out, lower your body down between your arms. Get that lovely upside down V shape. Then drop to your knees, back into your child pose. Let's run that through one more time. Slide your fingertips along. Into your back extension. Elbows directly below shoulders. Lift up out of those shoulders. Looking forward of your fingertips. Keeping that neck nice and long. Just breathe in each position. Couple of breaths in each position. Then we'll move it to the plank. Hands where your elbows were. Curl your toes under. Push yourself up into a full plank. Get that bottom in alignment with the rest of the spine. Looking at the floor between your hands. Breathe. Lovely. And then push your bottom towards the ceiling as you push your heels towards the floor. Bring your body weight down between your arms. Stick your tailbone out. Get that lovely stretch down the back of your legs. Again, breathe. Drop to your knees into your final child pose. And we'll leave it there, everyone. Hope you enjoyed that. It was a good all-over body workout with some very classic Pilates moves. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.